Hi there, welcome back to our metrics where we do SaaS on videos and try to identify a few conversion links that might be costing businesses a few $1,000s every single month. Today, we're going to be talking about CartStack. And CartStack is basically a software that allows businesses to recover lost customers and abandoned cart sales automatically. So this is basically multi-channel campaigns in order to get customers to get back to the abandoned carts and complete the purchases without driving new traffic. So this is very helpful, especially if you obviously have a e-commerce website and you tend to see a lot of abandoned carts in your sales funnel. So straight away we can see that the actual headline is very clear and there's no ambiguity about exactly what's going to what the software does. Okay, so this is really good. And also what they do, they also have a link to the YouTube channel that allows you to go and see actually how the software works. So this is very helpful. And then here they've got more, um, you know, more explanation, right? Here they've got a lot more brands, some high profile brands like Thermos and Philips as well, where they say how much they've been able to recover, and in this case, millions in revenue for these brands, right? So this is um, really stronger credibility for them that they've got. And here they've got more in depth about how the software works, which is basically multi-channel campaigns using email reminders, push notification, text reminders, and on-site retention tools as well, which is very helpful. They basically send the right message at the right time. Okay, so this is very helpful once again, as I said, for e-commerce brands specifically. And here they've got more in depth about how it all works. And if you scroll down a little bit more, they've got this tool right here, which is very helpful because it allows you to manually calculate your return on investment. Okay, so if you were a e-commerce brand and you were to actually look how many orders you've got and the average order value of each and how many unique visitors you've got every month, then they're basically going to calculate the return on investment for you of how much money you're going to recover. And they're doing this on purpose to basically highlight why using the software would be so beneficial to you. So this is a really good interactive piece of, I guess, persuasion because it allows you to basically sell yourself. If you know yourself that how much money you're losing, then you might be more compelled to actually follow through and use this software, which is great. And it's more practical as well. It's more engaged. Also, they go more in depth about all the integrations that they work with, which is great, and how they can import leads and data from other um, email marketing campaign uh, softwares, right, like MailChimp. And here at the bottom, they've got a lot of reviews, very positive reviews about customers that have previously worked and used this software. And they've got a very strong 4.7 average review on CapTara, right? And here you can go and book your personal demonstration if you wish to do so. Here they go more in depth about how it all works, and then it comes to the end of the website. Obviously, it might have been helpful to have these reviews and ratings a little bit higher up on the page, just to increase the credibility even more. And also, one thing that I would like to talk about is the lack of any contact form on the page, especially at the top here where there's a lot of free space. They could have potentially added a contact form in order to increase the number of opt-ins that they get, and a way to increase that number of opt-ins might have been by simply offering an incentive like a lead magnet or a freebie or a discount or anything that would encourage the prospects to part ways with the contact details in order to increase the number of opt-ins and potentially the number of conversions that you get. And also, there's not really any form of frequently asked questions anywhere on the page that I can see. And again, adding something like that on the page might be helpful in terms of increasing the conversions because they basically act as an objection handling element if you've got a lot of questions that for example, come up in your sales calls that already get answered on the web page in the FAQs, that would definitely increase the conversions indirectly because the prospects will have most of the concerns handled and they might be more primed to actually engage in a free trial or jump on a sales call or book a demonstration of the software or anything like that. And other than that, one last thing that I would like to show you guys is the actual pricing. And let's say that we're going for e-commerce stores, and they can show you exactly how long it would take you to recover the lost sales, just 14 days. And they clearly state the pricing for each tier that you would like to use. And here you can slide across the the slider depending on how many orders you get every single month, and the pricing updates automatically, which is great again in terms of having a clear pricing that the customers can then go and check for themselves to decide which option they would like to go for the most. They've also got a really good pricing table, a good comparison table that will definitely help the prospect make a good decision and the one that it works for them. And here they do have an FAQ, which is really important, right? It would have been helpful to have something like this similar in the homepage, right? Because in this case, it would definitely answer a question about the pricing. It would have been helpful to have that about the actual product itself, right? So this is really good, and they go into much more depth about the typical results that they can expect if you were the prospect, right? Okay, so this is really good. And they also say things like if you don't see a 10x return during the trial, we'll give you an extra month and not charge. So which is very helpful, and that's very kind to prove that the software works. But other than that, I hope you guys liked this video. And if you happen to be a SaaS founder who would like help with increasing your conversions from free trials to paid, please get in contact with me. You can do so by clicking on the link down below in the description to book a call. And other than that, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.